Hey guys, welcome back to Space Alcatraz. I believe this is episode 8. I think it's 8. I'm pretty sure I can count that high. I have that many fingers and toes. I'm pretty sure it's episode 8. What are we going to do today? Well, we have a few things to take a look at. At the end of the last episode, we were working on getting the create stuff set up down here. And we had, so this was our original. I want to show you the evolution of what I've done here. So this was the original one. I think it is like 8 blocks wide by 6 or 7 blocks deep by what, 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks tall. It takes up its footprint is way too big, right? Way too big. So the next thing I did was this one. This is the one we set up to handle our processors, and obviously we now have cables coming down from our controller. We've got our patterns being put into our patterns are here to put in the what it really does is just move a diamond, a ingot, or a gold ingot, or an iron ingot into this chest, which immediately spits them out, and they get stamped, stamped, stamped. These are exporters up here. This one has a crafting upgrade in it, so that we'll actually craft the process binding to put into this first deployer here. So these have got pushers in them, so it pushes what's in the drawer. So they've got pusher upgrades, and iron downgrades. So they can never hold more than a stack, and they want to push into the inventory below them. Now, obviously, this deployer is already completely full, so it can't hold anymore. But what this ensures is that there are 2 full stacks sitting here, right? 1 stack in the deployer and 1 stack in the um, 1 stack in the drawer above it. So, and then these have just got simple exports. I will need to set up a craft. This one doesn't have a crafting upgrade in it because I don't have craft. I could probably do that now though. All right, we'll come back to that. So I need to make myself a note to actually do that. So that's this setup, and then of course we've just got an importer here. So as those come through, they get sucked back out of here and back into the system. And we connected our 2 drawer controllers that are down here. They're not called drawer controllers anymore. They're storage controllers now. Those are connected down here, so that gets us access to all of that within the system. I don't think we did any of that. So that's these two steam engines here. What I wanted to do was try to get this smaller, right? This is way too big a footprint for this tiny amount of processing. So the next thing I said we were going to do was work on the mechanical crafters. I did some things here. This one looks the way it looks because I was trying to see if it's possible to get more than the 2048 SU out of this. I tried using campfires. So it turns out, so that's the reason there's a bigger boiler here. There was a second steam engine on here, etc., etc. It turns out for a passive boiler, you cannot get above 2048 SU. So even with the campfires under here, that is still considered passive. So this exists the way it exists because I was trying to find additional ways to get more SU out of that. We did set up change over the crushing wheels rather to be based on a steam engine as well. This one was a bit of an experiment to see if I could get all of this to connect without having to move all of this sort of thing, right? I didn't want to move the infrastructure I already had. I just want to see if I could replace its source with a equally sized footprint boiler and steam engine, because we had water wheels here, right? We had a single water wheel here, so we were able in the area we had a single water wheel coming out to this. We were able to cram the boiler in here, and then I wanted, upstairs we've got the it's not a power hammer, but it ends up looking like a power hammer, what we're going to go up there and look at here in a second. We got that thing up there stamping out sheets for us, and it was like, look, I don't want to take up this much, even this much floor space is too much upstairs, right? So what I did up here was really experiment with making this as small as possible. And I think this, and I love this look because it actually looks like a power hammer, and it's pretty fast. Iron ingots. We'll just throw, yeah, sure, we'll throw 5 on there. And as you can see, bam, 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 bam. It's stamping pretty quickly. They're done. So what this is you've got the classic 4x1 here. In one corner, there is a magma block. In one corner is the aqueous accumulator sitting right there. So the magma block's over here is under this one because it has to be opposite of where the aqueous is. And in the other two corners are water, right? The aqueous accumulator needs two water sources in order to be able to do that. Then coming out of here, and then on here, you can actually put the steam engine on top pointing up and then connecting from its arm over to the large cogwheel coming down into, so you can either for the rotation speed controller, you can either connect your source to the cog and take your power or take your speed upgrade out of the speed controller itself, or you can connect your power source to the speed controller and take your boost coming out of the cogwheel. So either way will work. Obviously in this one, because I wanted this as short as possible and as compact as possible, I've got the, you can't really, this is the minimum height that this will be, it's 3 blocks, right? You just don't have any choice, you can't shorten this. So I slapped the cogwheel up there and then take the power off of the rotation speed controller. So right here, if we look, we're coming off of the controller there and then coming into these encased chain drives. There are 2 of them here. Technically, I could get away without this one. I don't need it, but I like the way it looks. This to me looks like an actual power hammer, right? An actual the piece of equipment called a power hammer. This is what it looks like. If you're into the blacksmithing videos and that sort of thing, this looks like a power hammer. Bang, 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 bang. And I wanted that look, and therefore I left the extra chain drive in there. Could we have gotten away with one? Yes, we could have gotten away with one, but who cares, right? While I'm down here, before we go look at the next thing, I want to check on these chickens. These chickens are almost done. Almost done. They need to finish that one up. It'll be 15, 14, 15, 16. Well, technically, are these 10, 10, 10s? They are not quite yet. So I need to let that finish. Yeah. All right. So let's take a look up here. I have upgraded several of the chickens. I think these are 16s now, or 16 10s now. 16 10 10 10s now. I think that is true for the gold. Did I do anything else on this bottom row over here? I did our diamond chickens, right? Diamond chickens. I didn't do the ender chickens. I don't think I've done. I did emerald. I did emerald chickens. I don't think anything else up there. Of course, we had already done, right? We had already. Oh, I need to put a. All right, so this is the perfect time to talk about this. You will see on these the diamond chicken. The diamond chicken is caught up, but the reason the diamond chicken is caught up is because there are 3 puller upgrades in here. So I'm guessing that if I look at this one, there's only going to be a single puller upgrade. So we need 2 more puller upgrades. Slash home. We need 2 more puller upgrades. Now I do have, you will see that on the wall here, we have a couple new terminals, right? We've got the pattern grid, we've got the crafting monitor grid, and we've got a couple of crafters up here. Once we had access to automated processors, this stuff's easy enough to get done. Let's go ahead and grab, we need 2 more pullers, please. Oh, you don't know how to make hoppers, huh? Well, hoppers are easy enough. Look at there. Hoppers, will you prefer this one? No exact. And do you have room there? We do. All right, now let's try those fullers. 1, 2, excellent. And then we can just slash back. And that was on you. And by default, when they're made, they don't have a direction. So you have to set the direction. You just right click on them. I want up, please. Up. And then if we look at him, you can see that this is getting refreshed and sticking some over here. And then it doesn't quite manage to get caught up, etc., etc. So they can pull, the 3 pullers together can pull slightly faster than 16 10 10 10 chickens can produce whatever it is they're producing. So far, I haven't had anybody fail. I think I've done that with iron already. Iron is done. Did I do anybody else on this wall? Yes, I did glowstone. Glowstone's done. Copper is done because there are times when we will need a lot of copper. I don't think I did anybody else over here yet. So I'm really just getting started upgrading chickens, and that's perfectly okay. It's perfectly okay. They will, every time I wander by, so this should be done. It is. So we grab these out first. And the reason you grab these out first, if you don't, the moment you pull these out, they're going to get refreshed, right? So you pull these out first because otherwise you're just going to be fighting this losing battle of trying to get those guys out of there. And then we can take them back up here. Who were these? These were probably silver, right? Yeah. There are certain mods which require a lot of silver. So, I don't have. Oh, I do. See, I got ahead of this one. Actually, put the upgrades in first. Now, you'll also see that everybody's got a netherite upgrade. With our netherite, have I upgraded you? I have upgraded you. You're not keeping up though, which means you don't have pullers. Slash home. Pullers. So the good news is that with the netherite chicken, we have access to essentially infinite amount of netherite, which means we can afford certain upgrades that we couldn't do before. For instance, I'm now in my backpack. There is now a netherite 3x3x1 hammer, right? What else have I done? Anything? Oh, we got the netherite upgrades in these, which is a huge upgrade. This now holds 500,000 items with the copper and the netherite in there. So that was one of the things we got done, and I think I've put that on everybody. I think everybody up here. Now the guys down here, I did come back. I think I put a second copper in. No, I did. I put an initial copper in there. So they're still, they're 10,000 of 16,000. I cannot see me ever needing more than 16,000 at one time. 16,000 of any die. It's just not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. So um, most of these have finished. Some of these, I wonder why you guys haven't finished. That's interesting that this one chicken, the blue chicken, the light blue chicken. Oh, I have used a bunch of light blue dye. I don't remember what I used, but the brown isn't done. So we've got a couple who aren't done. That's fine. That's fine. That's absolutely okay. But with the netherite, we can now get upgraded armor. And obviously, if we're going to, so we have got to get to at least the nether ring, right? So if we take a look at our map, I don't think we can actually see it, but we can do it in the quest. And by the way, we need to claim our quest stuff. We haven't done that. Oh my goodness, we haven't done that in a while. This is probably going to explode all over the floor, so let's get in a place where we can do that without worrying about stuff going any place it shouldn't go. Is that it? That's all of them. Did we get anything really interesting? Ooh, I do like getting the laser nodes. That's nice. The backpack would be really nice, except I've already got a... Oh, this would be nice. No, I want that right now. Matter of fact, let me open my backpack and stick that in there right now. Let's just start putting stuff away. The anvil, I might go ahead and set it up as well. But I don't know where, so we'll just put it away. Paxel, straw, my mashers are nice. Honey cakes, cloche, okay. Mob imprisonment tool, we can now actually make those. So a 3 tall, really? 3 tall lamp of some sort? How about you go right here? Are you really? Oh yeah, that's really nice looking. Huh. Alright. I like it. How expensive are y'all to build? What is this? A wall. An illuminated block, which is made how? To make an illuminated block, you need an illuminated block? Okay. Well, we'll figure that out some other time too. You will see, I got a temporal pouch out of that, but I've already got a temporal pouch with 13 hours on it. That's how long it's been since basically the end of the last recording. And the reason for that, let me show you how we got there. Ender drawer, black candles, collagen tier 2. That's really nice. And we got more than one of them, which is also really nice. I think the rest of this can just get put away. So what we'll do, collagen tier 2, please. Look at there. Twice as much cobble. You can get put away, you can get put away, you can get put away. Okay, so we were looking downstairs. Totally distracted. We were looking downstairs. We came up here, we looked at him. We now have netherite, so we can make decent armor so that we can get out to some of the other rings. But even if I make netherite armor, I wanted to make sure I could enchant it. So that's what this wall over here is. I built an overseer's office. So if we come up here, now this part of the entrance hasn't been decorated yet. I decided to go with dark oak here. I will tell you right now, I'm not happy with the ceiling in here. I'm not happy with the roof. But I built us a little room, including a chair where we could come and have a seat, and it looks over our current factory floor area sort of stuff. So we have an overseer's room, and it does have a fully functional. Do I have anything I can actually enchant? I could throw my netherite wrench in there. It does have a fully functional enchantment table here. There's nothing here that we didn't already have access to. Let's see, what's an enchantment table? Diamonds, books, and obsidian. All of that's coming from our chickens now. Books are just paper and leather, but those are both, well, I guess the sugar cane's not coming from the from chickens, but we've got it sitting down there in the drawer, right? So this was easy enough to build with the materials we had. I did put in a couple of lights. Now, I run, if you go look at my game files, you're going to see that my gamma is actually set at like 1000, which means I never see any darkness. Even if we were standing in a completely darkened room, I would see no darkness. That is really nice for the vast majority of the time that I'm playing. It's not really great when I'm doing things like this. This room really needs to be a little moody. It needs to have some darkened areas. And I don't know what I'm going to do about that. I don't know if I'm going to change my gamma settings so that I can get some shadows and stuff, or what. But anyway, so having said all of that, what I want to do is get some armor made, some netherite armor made, get it enchanted, and get, yeah, see, this one's already full too, and get digging towards the nether ring. So I'm gonna take a quick break and see if we can get. I want this tank. These tanks are only 16 buckets, I think. Oh no, they're 31 buckets too. How big is this thing? It's 1,000 buckets. So yes, I'm swapping these out immediately. We got from, I was going to talk about this. We got from out of a chest, maybe a loot crate. We got a player damage plate. So I just stuck it here. We're pushing everything here anyway. I had to build the ender inhibitor because the enderman wanted to fly out of here the moment they bumped it. And then just stuck an absorption hopper here to collect the XP and the items. This is obviously insufficient for what's coming out of here, but that is sitting here. But I'd like to replace this tank with a much larger tank, right? I'd like that tank. Interesting that the absorption hopper didn't grab that tank as it came out. We've already got one tank full over here. We're going to need some liquid XP at some point anyway. Yeah, so here's one sitting here already. But I tell you what, let me get some armor built. Let me get it upgraded to netherite, and then we'll go upstairs and see if we can't do some enchanting. All right, we are back. We've got a set of armor for netherite. Oh, I guess I could pull off you guys. Blam. Now wait, do I have any way to extract disenchant? No. All right. Enchantment extractor. Enchant extractor. Oh yeah. We've got industrial foregoing, so we can absolutely. We'll have to get. Yeah, we need to move that whole thing forward for sure, because we're going to want to be able to enchant something and then get the books so that we can get exactly the enchants we want, right? But for now, oh, it would help if I put the lapis in. Fire protection. Really, that's it. I did bring a grinding wheel down so I could strip off some enchantments if it was really cruddy. Sure. Protection 4, thorns, unbreaking. Yeah, that will absolutely work. Protection 3, it's not great. Nothing with nothing else on it, but protection 3, we'll take it. Unbreaking. I would like to have protection of some sort. How about protection 3? Well, there we go then. That will help a bunch. Okay, so we can slash home it and put away the lapis. And I guess we can just throw this in here. Now, I have to decide how I want to get to the nether ring. I've already got, we could come down here, right? We could come all the way down to the bottom, I suppose, and just start digging out. Maybe that's the right decision too. But we're gonna miss, we can already see in our radius, we can already see some dungeons and things. I think these won't be down this low, but they might be. They might be. But yeah, I think we're going to do that next. I think we're going to just start digging, and probably, I mean, it doesn't really matter what direction. The only thing about this is I know I'm already east of, because there's home is back west. I spawned up there, right? So we're already further east than we would be if we chose to dig in one of the other directions. And because we're down this low, we know we're not likely to interfere with anything we build up there. So I'm going to start digging this way, and when we hit Nether, we'll be back briefly. Okay, so we talked about digging out here, and sure enough, digging, I actually ran into one of these dungeon areas. I think the interesting news is I can hear mobs. It sounds like they're right straight in front of me. Oh yeah, look at there, right there. So we are lower than the dungeons, but not by much. Hey, why don't you quit hitting me? Uh, so this is interesting. Holy mackerel! Oh, there's traps there, and that stuff's running into it. That's hilarious. However, this is not. Oh, you're gonna turn into a drowned, aren't you? Don't I need something from a drowned? Oh, the nautilus shell, but I got it out of a. Oh, nautilus shell. I talked about the. Pow. Uh, the recipe for this requires a nautilus shell, which we needed drowned to get, right? Except that I had a wandering trader come through who sold me. I think he sold me 4 or 5. They were expensive. I think they were 10 maybe emeralds a piece, but emeralds are not a problem anymore, right? So I bought all of them he would sell me in case we need them for something else. That's interesting. I'm glad we can get in there, but we're going to keep digging this way. Well, so much for being lower than the dungeon. What is that? A beehive. I think I'll go down and around rather than trying to go through. I did have to go back and build a pocket storage. The pocket storage, the recipe for this one is just up through diamonds. It's not that big a deal. Somebody shooting at me, or they shooting at each other. The next one up requires nether stars, which is why we are trying to get to. Can we do that here? Surely we're lower than all that now. We need to get access to nether stars, and of course that means withers, and of course that means getting to wither skeletons. And oh, my hammer broke. I did enchant that hammer, but it broke anyway. So I'm going to go get another hammer and get back to digging, and we'll catch back up with each other in just a second. Sometimes you just got to do what you got to do. I'd like to enchant this thing. Efficiency 4 and unbreaking 3. I'll take that. I'll take that. Crud. We are still not lower than the dungeon. How many more blocks do we need to go down? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9, maybe? We're just going to back up, maybe to here, get lower, keep moving forward. Back in a second. I see caves on the mini-map. So the cave, I think we go from this section to caves and then to the edge of the nether. So we should be getting, well, at least halfway, I suppose. Back in a bit. Oh, I think I'm just starting to see. Yeah, look at there. We're getting close. We're getting close. Yeah, now we're talking. We're just starting to see the actual nether blocks here. So we got all I've seen is nether bricks. I haven't seen any actual nether. Yeah, whatever. Not. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm thinking about. You know what I'm talking about. Do we see any structures yet? There is a structure over here, so that's what we're gonna try to dig to, and yeah, that's what we're gonna aim for, and we'll be back when we get over there. All right. Well, we're here, but I'm guessing we're below it. If we look at the map, yeah, we're definitely online here. We could dig on down here and just see if maybe, but I don't really see. Yeah, let's do that real quick. We might as well, right? 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Oh, well, I guess I'm glad we did that, but now we get to deal with these skeletons. And we'll go ahead and drop. I need you out of the way. Well, there is a spawner right there. So the goal here, we're going to slash home. We're going to make a cotton swab. And the goal here is to find a wither skeleton somewhere in here. So let me go get those things done, empty my inventory, clean up, and then we'll be back. All right, we are back over here. We've got a swab. We've got some... got our food, we've got some extra torches, our inventory's cleaned up, and really we're gonna see, I'm not, oh, where you at? I hear you. I am not looking to do, I see TNT underneath that one. Yeah, anything interesting in here? Lodestone, I don't know what that is, I'll grab it. So I'm gonna poke around a bit and just see what we can see. Again, netherrack. Again, really all I'm looking for is a single, oh, looky there. A single and a golden apple, yeah, we'll take that too. A single wither skeleton so I can swab him and we can make a wither skeleton spawn egg, right? So I'll be back when I spot one of those guys. Okay, I'm not saying that got a little out of control, but it got a little out of control. Have I managed to find a brewing stand yet? I have. Put you here. And how about a fire resistance potion? Fire resistance. Uncraftable potions. Splash. Here's what we're looking for. Fire resistance. Lingering fire resistance. Fire resistance. Dragon's Breath? No, surely that's not it. So we go... how about we just do uses? What we're looking for is regular old fire resistance. Let me poke around here for a second because I don't see it. Okay, well I found it, but interesting. So this is collapsed entry uncraftable potions. And it has the fire resistance potion under the uncraftables. I'm going to hope that's not true. Do we have any bottles yet? No. But let's, and we're going to need some blaze powder. Oops. And where do I have a water source these days? Oh, technically there's water right here, right? Where's the actual source? Over here, right here? Yep. That's pretty goofy. I should probably set back up a water source. I've got, with the water eggs, there's no reason for me to carry around a big bucket of water anymore, right? So, put those in there, put that in there. We need a little bit of wort, and I think we have some. Yeah, there's a nether wort chicken, so we have some for sure. Are you going to craft? You are. All right, so, did I put that up there? No, I didn't. So, fire resistance potion. Right here, so we're going to need magma cream, and then to boost that, it's gunpowder, it's redstone. So we need magma cream and redstone. Magma cream and redstone. All right, please craft. Yeah, see, I don't know why JEI, REI, whatever it is these days. I don't know why it says it's uncraftable, but it says it's uncraftable, and it's obviously not. So let me finish crafting this up, and then we're gonna get back over there and continue looking for a wither skeleton. Okay, potions in hand. We'll go ahead and drink the first one. We'll do a slash back and hope it's willing to take us back. It is. What was that? What kind? You are a blaze spawner. Are y'all really just gonna? I'm wearing netherite. You shouldn't be mad, right? So much of this slows us. Oh, I'm sorry. You scared me. You jump scared me. I can't help it. That was your fault, not mine. Sorry. Alright, we're gonna keep We'll continue on our search here, looking for. Maybe you know what? You know what? I bet we're likely at some point. There's TNT there, and I'm likely to walk over here and open this in a second. At some point, we are likely to find a spawner that we're going to want to keep. So I may come back and explore this. This could take a while, right? So I may come back and explore this. But what I do need to do, I do want those candles. I'm sorry, I want the candles. They're nice little decorations. Oh, I did not check underneath to see if that was a boom boom, but thankfully I got lucky and it wasn't a boom boom. Alright, so there is one other thing that I want to at least talk about getting crafted. I want cardboard boxes. Cardboard boxes will allow me to pick up spawners, but I need the pulverizer. Here, we're going to slash them. The only reasonable way to make the cardboard box. So if we look at the cardboard box, it requires sawdust, which we can get in several different ways. The only reasonable way to do it is with the pulverizer and doing wood, right? We get 8 of those. So we're going to finish today then making a quick pulverizer. Oh yeah. I can just use one of the coal generators to power it. It doesn't have to stay. Next episode we might have to get directly into power. It's on this unbreaking and knockback. Don't care that. We might have to get into power because we really need. There are some other things we need. There's some other things we need, and we're probably going to need power to get some of those things. So let's get the pulverizer made real quick. This should not be much of a challenge at all. 1, 2. Pulverizer here. Oops. 10 gear here. I think I actually made some. I got sick and tired of not having pistons in the system, so I made some pistons earlier. All right, so there's the pulverizer. Let's go ahead and grab some wood. Oak is on auto these days, so let's grab some oak. We don't need nearly that much. Would I ever need more than 8? Cardboard boxes? I don't think so. For now, we're just going to set this right here because we know we have power there, and toss these in. All right. I am going to probably go back over there, and it's going to be a long, slow slug through there, looking for either a spawner or an individual wither skull where I can swab his hiney and get his DNA. But that's what I'm going to do between episodes, unless you guys just really want to see that sort of thing. And if you really want to see that sort of thing, let me know, because it's typically not the sort of thing I would do. And maybe I'll do a live stream at some point. We can do some explore. Oh, I've got wither skeleton on the brain, and I saw this flash by, and I had just a moment where my heart went. Anyway, guys, I appreciate you hanging out with me today. I think that's going to do it for this episode. I will see if I can't find some access to wither, and then we will move forward with getting towards wither stars. I appreciate you hanging out with me, and I'll see you next time. Oh, do you see what I see? Do you see what I see? Got him! Got him! Got him! Got him! Oh!